What happens when love transcends the familiar patterns we consider normal? Around the world, relationships exist that surprise many, not because they're wrong, but because they're different from what we usually see. From rare stories to unique ways of connecting, they all show just how diverse human emotions can be. These aren't movie scripts, but real stories, sometimes unbelievable, yet reflecting very different perspectives on love and connection. In this video, you'll discover 10 extraordinary stories that might make you reevaluate what you think is commonplace. If you find this content interesting, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel to support me and not miss the next exciting videos. Now, let's get started. Linda Ducharme is one of the most intriguing names when it comes to unusual romantic stories, because her partner, Bruce, isn't a human being, but a giant Ferris wheel. Her story began to attract attention when it was cited as an example of Objectum sexuality, the tendency to form attachments or feelings for objects. According to numerous published accounts and articles, Linda first met Bruce in the early 1980s at a festival. Since then, she claims to have developed a special and very genuine connection with the ride. This relationship became even more noteworthy when Bruce was damaged in a storm and removed from the festival grounds. Linda is said to have been deeply saddened by this, and years later, when the Ferris wheel was found in a junkyard, she had the opportunity to reunite with it, a detail that makes the story even more special in the public eye. By 2012, Linda was even mentioned in connection with a symbolic wedding ceremony with Bruce in Florida. The story then spread even more widely when it appeared in documentaries and was mentioned in media content such as My Strange Addiction. Several international sources also reported on her commitment to her partner, making the story a widely debated topic on social media. Despite being controversial and perplexing to most people, the story of Linda Ducharme and Bruce is often cited as an example of very different forms of attachment in human life. It is both strange and surprising, but it also prompts many to question the limits of emotion and how people seek connection in life. Gary and Mandy Jones are a couple from Staffordshire, England, known for their choice to live in the style of the 1950s. They met and bonded over a shared love of rockabilly music and vintage fashion, and over time, they decided to make this retro lifestyle an integral part of their marriage. Their home is designed to evoke the spirit of the 1950s, from the furniture to the decorative items, all carefully selected to recreate a bygone era. In their daily lives, Mandy maintains routines such as cooking, sewing, cleaning, and dressing in vintage style, while they share hobbies like dancing and attending antique fairs, where they find joy and a shared connection. What makes their story remarkable is not just the outward appearance of their lifestyle, but also their belief that it has helped improve their relationship. Initially, many might find this choice strange, but behind it lies a very practical approach, changing their living environment and habits to refresh their emotions and strengthen the bond between them. For Gary and Mandy, living in a 1950s style wasn't simply a matter of preference or aesthetics, but a way to nurture their marriage and rediscover joy in simple things. Despite generating some controversy, their story shows that every relationship has its own path to survival and growth, and sometimes it's precisely the differences that create lasting stability. Meet Godfrey Baguma, a humble shoemaker from Uganda who has lived with a rare disease since childhood, causing his appearance to change significantly over time. This condition affects his facial structure, making him different from those around him. This difference led him to a competition in 2002, where he received a controversial title. But for him, it was an opportunity to improve his income and provide for his family. His life took a new turn when he met Kate and Amanda, a woman unaffected by prejudice or societal judgment. When their relationship began, Kate's family and friends objected, believing their physical differences were a major obstacle. However, Kate chose to trust her feelings, ignoring the gossip and prejudice around her. According to interviews, what drew Kate to Baguma wasn't his looks, but his sincerity, personality, and how he treated her. They began dating in the mid-2000s, later building a family and having children together. In 2013, they officially married, marking a significant milestone in their lives. In the years that followed, they raised a large family together and continued to support each other on their life journey. Despite facing much scrutiny and judgment from society, their relationship remained strong. Baguma later transitioned into performing arts, becoming a singer and comedian, turning his differences into a part of his career. Kate once shared that when you find the right person, external standards no longer matter. Their story shows that love doesn't depend on appearance, but is built on understanding, loyalty, and mutual acceptance. And sometimes, it is precisely these differences that create the strongest bonds. Ganga and Jamuna Mondal are conjoined twins from India, widely known for their extraordinary lives and captivating story. The sisters possess a rare physical structure with 4 arms, 3 legs, and a shared torso, yet each has their own heart. They work in a traveling circus where much of their lives are spent facing curious stares, gossip, and social isolation. Their lives gained even more attention when they connected with Jasimuddin Ahmad, a teacher they met during their performances. According to many sources, both sisters grew fond of him and gradually came to see him as an important part of their lives. This is what caused their story to spread so quickly, as it defied conventional stereotypes about relationships. Initially, many were surprised to hear this story. However, upon closer examination, this is not just an attention-grabbing story, but a journey of 2 individuals who have endured years of being perceived differently. They yearn for attention and understanding, and ultimately find someone willing to treat them with respect. Their relationship demonstrates that affection doesn't always conform to conventional standards. It can be complex, unconventional, and sometimes controversial, yet it reflects a very human need for connection and acceptance. The story of Ganga, Jamuna, and Jasimuddin is therefore not merely about its rarity, but also a reminder of the value of empathy and understanding in life. Zelmira and Herbert Fisher were a couple from North Carolina who made history by being recognized in the Guinness World Records for the longest marriage ever confirmed. They were together for 86 years and 290 days, beginning with their wedding on May 13, 1924. When Herbert Fisher passed away in 2011, their love story became a rare symbol of a bond that transcended generations. What was special was not only the length of their time together, but also their shared experience through major historical upheavals such as the Great Depression, World War II, the Civil Rights Movement, and witnessing pivotal changes in American society, including the election of the first African-American president. Their love wasn't built on glamour or ostentation, but on enduring companionship through the years of everyday life, as life constantly changed and challenges arose. It was this simplicity yet unwavering commitment that gave their relationship its special value. In many of their shared experiences about married life, the advice they offered was always simple yet profound. Respect each other, always support each other, communicate sincerely, and remain faithful. They also emphasized that marriage isn't a confrontation, but a journey of companionship, where both partners strive towards a common goal. These seemingly simple things have helped their story withstand the test of time and become a living testament to enduring love. What people remember is not just the record number, but also their patience, loyalty, and the way they chose to stay together through each day of their lives. Joseph Williams was born with a rare and severe facial deformity, leaving him without a normal jaw and chin. This made his life challenging from a young age. He couldn't eat normally and had to be fed through a feeding tube, communicating primarily through text-to-speech applications. Despite facing many difficulties, Joseph persevered in building an independent life. He worked at a warehouse where he met Vanya, a colleague. At their first meeting, Vanya admitted she was quite surprised by Joseph's appearance, but that was just her initial reaction. Over time, as she got to know him better, she realized that behind his unusual appearance was a warm, humorous, and sincere person. Their friendship gradually developed into a deeper relationship. Vanya wasn't attracted to his looks, but to his personality and how Joseph treated those around him. After spending time together and talking, they decided to take their relationship to the next level. In 2020, after getting to know each other better, they officially got married. There was no elaborate or extravagant ceremony, simply completing the registration process and exchanging vows. In their daily lives, they still face curious glances from others. However, that doesn't affect their relationship. For Joseph and Vanya, what matters isn't external judgment, but the respect, understanding, and affection they have for each other. Joseph once shared that even though he's different, he's still a human being with his own feelings, thoughts, and values. Their story is proof that love isn't limited by appearance, but is built on the connection between two people. Currently, they are building their lives together, overcoming prejudices, and demonstrating that true love always originates from the heart. Kyle Jones, around 31, once shared that he's always been particularly attracted to women much older than himself. In 2009, he met Marjorie McCool, then 91, at a bookstore where she worked. Marjorie had been living alone for many years after the end of her previous relationship. Despite the age difference of over 60 years, the two gradually built a close relationship. According to some sources, they didn't hide their feelings publicly. Marjorie shared that she felt happy being with Kyle, while he described their connection as genuine and natural. Kyle also openly stated that he was attracted to the characteristics of older women and considered it a personal preference, unrelated to money or any other motive. Their relationship quickly attracted attention and generated mixed opinions, with many finding the significant age difference unacceptable. However, for Kyle and Marjorie, age wasn't the deciding factor. What they valued was comfort, companionship, and the moments they shared together. Their story prompts reflection on how people define love and attraction, and shows that sometimes connection can transcend established norms. In a story that sounds like something out of a movie but is entirely true, identical twins Brittany and Brianna Dean met twin brothers Josh and Jeremy Salyers at the Twin Festival in Twinsburg, Ohio. After only about 15 minutes of conversation, a special connection formed between the two pairs. Brianna was smitten with Jeremy, while Brittany took a liking to Josh. Soon after, both Josh and Jeremy proposed with identical rings, and both sisters accepted simultaneously. A year later, they held a joint wedding, marking a rare bond between the twins. Currently, all four live together in Virginia, where they run a wedding venue and shared home called Smith Mountain Manor. Their lives became even more special when both couples welcomed sons around the same time in 2022. Jet, Brittany, and Josh's son was born in January, and Jax, Brianna, and Jeremy's son was born in April. Although legally cousins, the two children have almost identical DNA, giving them a rare genetic connection similar to that of siblings, a phenomenon associated with quadruplets. Now, they grow up together as brothers in a shared family, rather than just ordinary cousins. Living under one roof inevitably leads to differences, but both couples believe that respecting boundaries is essential. They often share that if there is conflict between the two brothers, the two sisters will not interfere, and vice versa. They believe that the key to maintaining a lasting relationship lies in viewing marriage as a long journey, always maintaining respect, love, and commitment to build a life together. Paulo Gabriel da Silva Barros and Catiucia Hoshino, a couple from Brazil, were once recognized by the Guinness World Records as the world's shortest married couple, with a combined height of 181.41 centimeters. Paulo is 90.28 centimeters tall, and Catiucia is 91.13 centimeters tall. Their story began in 2006 on the social media platform Orkut. From their first encounter, Paulo was attracted to Catiucia, but it took some time for her to reciprocate. They then gradually built a close relationship through over 2 years of online conversations, mainly via email, before meeting in person on December 20th, 2008. Just 9 days after their first meeting, they officially began a romantic relationship. Despite maintaining a long-distance relationship for many years, the couple persevered, meeting regularly until Catiucia decided to move in with Paulo in January 2012 in Itapeva, São Paulo. They married on September 17, 2016, and their marriage was officially recognized by Guinness World Records in November of the same year. In their daily lives, Paulo, who had significant mobility limitations since childhood, is now able to move around with the help of appropriate mobility aids, while Catiucia works in the beauty industry. Despite facing societal judgments and prejudices, they have always supported each other. Catiucia once shared that what matters is not appearance, but the love and connection between them. Their story is proof that love is not limited by physical appearance or circumstances, but is built on understanding and companionship. Thank you for watching the video. If you found this content interesting, don't forget to hit like, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you don't miss the next videos. Your support is my motivation to continue creating more great content. Thank you very much, and see you in the next video.